live from Casa de la Jason. All right, I got to do this video real fast. I always say that's going to turn into a long video. I had heard a while ago about Olivia Jade. She's the daughter of Lori Loughlin and that guy who sells those shitty Mossimo clothes on Target that, people think are, no, it's going to fool everybody. They think it's Gucci. No, they know it was made from slave labor by El Salvadorians and you're fucking going to hell for wearing it, but that's okay. Olivia Jade's this little white princess girl, really pretty, not a thought in her head. She doesn't have one. She just never come up with one. It would literally, if she pees, all thought would go. Like that one scintilla of a thought would just, So I hope she never urinates. I hope she sewed it shut or something like that. But Olivia Jade she was an influencer and her mom was an influencer on YouTube. And I guess by influencer, she told people how to live their lives and showed them what was really cool. Yeah, if you've got $1 billion to spend, you ignorant little fucking skank. But anyway, let's move on from her for a second because I almost feel bad for this chick. She got busted because her parents are super, super rich, and then they're like, did something that I'm sure 1 billion parents who are rich have done, slipped some money to a dean somewhere and say, hey, can you get my daughter into Harvard? They're like, yeah, but she can't tell left from right. So I don't know. I know. Yes, that's her with the braids outside and doing the hula hoop. Just ignore her. Yeah, she's saying me lucky kitty so much and chasing a dog. I understand she's a little slow, but please, here's like $100,000. Just pass the LSATs for her so she can get in there, okay? Whatever it is, this SATs. So they said she's on the rowing team, and here's where she fucked up. She actually participated in the fraud by getting on a rowing machine, but my defense for her on that one is she probably thought she was on a rowing team at that point. Her mom's like, get on the rowing machine. Okay. You're on a team. You are. If anybody asks, you're a rower. I am a rower. I need lip gloss now. I'm lost without it. My phone is scared. Go to Harvard, you little bitch. So they did all that, They've been shamed. She's been run off YouTube. I could care less. Until I saw Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith, Dummy Willow Smith, and Jada Pinkett's mom, Uppity Bitch Smith is what I'm going to call her. Because what the hell is wrong with this woman? Has she not taken a shit in the past year? Seriously, who the hell are you? I swear to God, this pissed me off so much. I'm actually on Jada Pinkett Smith's side. But look, all right. First of all, let's just call it Will Smith talk or Smith talk. Why is it Red Table Talk? What's so taboo about it? Is the table red because they're always, menstruating? They decided to do it then, so they're extra bitchy? I don't get it. So before they have little, white girl come on out, they've got Willow Smith, who, would have never had a career without her parents' money. Let's think, they put up that money for with my hair back and forth, with my hair back and forth. Nobody was going to give her studio time. If she'd been Willow Smith, living on Smith Street somewhere, and her dad was just a postal worker or something like that, you think they would have found her? You think they would have discovered her anywhere? No, they would have discovered her, years from now, possibly prostitute. I know that's a horrible thing to say. I won't say that about her. But they wouldn't have discovered her, more than likely. You know how many people try to get into Hollywood and fail? Okay, Jada Pinkett Smith, huge movie star. Will Smith, even bigger movie star. Okay, that's how her ass got a fucking role in movies. That's how her ass got on Ellen. That's how her ass whipped her hair back and forth, whipping hair back and forth. That's how that weird boy child is still like running around in a kilt somewhere and pretending he's in movies, can really act, and then doing that horrible remake of The Karate Kid that I'll never forgive anybody for. Okay, fine. But they had this whole discussion before the little bitch comes out. They have a whole discussion. There's Jada Pinkett Smith, and she's albino now. Like, her hair's white. I think she finally walked in on Will and his lover, and it just turned white. That's my guess. And then there's Willow Smith, who's pretending, she's very advanced and can keep up with adult conversation. And, she added a lot of valid points, like, right, yeah. Einstein. She clearly belongs to Mensa. All right. But then there's her fucking mother, who I am just done with. I can't stand. I can see where Jada Pinkett Smith got a little bit of her attitude. Miss thing over here. She's like, well, before we have this guest out, I just wanted you all to know and everybody to know I fought tooth and nail against this because it's like, why is this little white girl coming to a black woman show to get our, approval, and she doesn't even know what kind of privilege she has, and blah, 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 and bitch, and meh. You're jealous because she's pretty. There, I said it. I don't care what any of you say. You're jealous because she's pretty. That's why. Jada Pinkett Smith's not a bad-looking chick. Not beautiful, not gorgeous. That girl's really pretty. Okay? That girl doesn't put on that much makeup. I guarantee it. She doesn't slather on as much as you do. You look like you are a Vegas hooker. What are you talking about? So she's sitting there just attitude the whole time. I just see, she's got to use our show. Bitch, who would watch your show without it? Nobody's watching your show unless something controversial happens. Unless Will Smith comes on there and is a cuck. and listens to about how his wife, used to bang some other guy, then it gets ratings. Unless Will Smith comes on there and brings that old evil bitch Janet Hubert with him to pretend to apologize. That's the only time anybody watches that show. Nobody watches your show. It's on YouTube. Nobody watches it. Nobody watches this shit. Nobody definitely watches your crap. But for her to sit there and say that right before this girl's supposed to come on out, then don't have the bitch on your show. Period. Jada Pinkett Smith was the only one. As much as I make fun of and I say bad stuff up, I will say she seemed to be the most level-headed in this group. She was like, well, why would we do to her what other people, have done to us, like oppress us, or, she knows what she did. We're going to have her come out here and hopefully she can say more than without vomiting and crying, and we'll be okay. But she says, well, I just think this and I just think that. I think your ass should have stayed at home with the vibrator. I really do, because I don't think you spent enough time with it, honey. What the hell's wrong with you? So then, okay, they have Olivia Jade come out, and, God bless her, nobody's home. And she sits down, and she's like, hi, how are you? And then right away, see, this is why they should shut the fuck up, though, because Willow Smith got just as many advantages as this girl. That's right, I'll say it. I don't care. Because if you know what the color what her privilege is? Green privilege, money privilege. That girl got more doors open for her because of who her mommy and daddy are and how much they got in their bank account. So don't act like you're so much better than this chick. They probably just didn't get caught doing some shit. All right? What's the difference really between, getting your kid a role, saying, listen, put my kid in this movie, or I'm not going to do it. Getting your kid a role in a movie, co-starring alongside you like Will Smith did with his son. What's the difference between that? That kid didn't audition. Give me a fucking break. And what's the difference between what she did? Now you could say, well, she took somebody's spot. I'm not saying what she did was right. Didn't this kid take somebody's spot? Didn't Will Smith's little ignorant son, who Will Smith probably said, yep, get my kid in this fucking movie, or I'm serious, or I'm not even going to do it, take another starving actor child's spot who could have been in that movie, maybe even discovered? Didn't he? Didn't Willow Smith constantly take somebody else's spot because her parents are who they are? Okay, maybe after a while, because people got used to her, they started hiring her for other shit. But the first time the chick was ever hired, it was like that story back in the day. Remember, like, for old people here, like me, 90210. Remember Tori Spelling for years going around with that bullshit? Like, I had to audition with the rest of the people because, like, I wanted to prove my own acting chops. First off, Tori Spelling couldn't act surprised if she was actually shooting fire out of her vagina. Even if it happened, she couldn't act surprised. She just couldn't. She'd be like, wow, weird. Yeah, seriously. But she peddled that bullshit for years. Then her dad, Aaron Spelling, had no idea she was auditioning, and she was just hired by casting directors. Lie. You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. But this shit's ridiculous. If you're going to bring somebody on the show, don't sit there and give them the stink face the whole time. And if you had such an issue with a Jada Pinkett Smith's, angry mom, leave the fucking show. You don't have to be there and support your daughter's bad decision, do you? No, you don't. Now let's get back to this little idiot. Because she ain't off the hook either. I don't care. White, black, or whatever. She got a problem. She comes out there right away with this fucking line that she rehearsed over and over because she can't read. I mean, some lawyer like beat her in the back with a paper until she got it. It's like, what the most embarrassing part of all this is me not realizing for 20 years what white Providence, Rhode Island. I went there once. I stayed the 4 seasons. Oh, white privilege I have. Okay, I'm gonna argue something here. It wasn't white privilege that she had. It was green privilege again. I believe she had green privilege. Now, if she'd been a suburban chick, maybe not like super a lot of money like they have, like millions and millions of dollars, and her dad wasn't like famous fashion designer, and her mom wasn't a horrible actress of Full House, maybe then I would have said it was white privilege. I think there are some cases of white privilege. I don't think this was one of them. I really don't. I think this was crazy. I think Will Smith's kids, if Will Smith had bribed with his money, it said, listen, I want you to put my kid in fucking Harvard and just give him an ND when he's out of here. I know it's not even for, doctorate, medical doctors. I know it's for lawyers, but I want you to make him a special wing where he can study to be a doctor here. Do you think they wouldn't have done it? Tell me they would have said no. Tell me they would have said no, and I'll call you a liar. Because you are. Come on, there's no way they would have said no. So I just think to bring this girl on there to, whip her a little bit more and sit there and kind of sneer at her. At least the other two, I mean, I'm pretty sure Willow Smith was just listening to her own song. I think she had like AirPods in her. And yeah, right. Jada Pinkett Smith actually seemed to be listening when she wasn't just kind of like, there's something wrong with her. What exactly is wrong with her? She's too stoic. Like, she's serious, but like scary serious. And then there's mom. the whole time. If I would have been that chick, it would have been a bad day for her ass. I would have been like that. First off, you didn't say you didn't want me on this motherfucking show. I didn't know. These two motherfuckers didn't tell me. Since you don't want me in the show, bitch, bye. There's plenty of other people who buy my exclusive, so I won't go to you. I won't go. I'll go to the fucking whitest network I can find, okay? And then I would have had her just, she should have got on the table and peed. That's how she should have done it. But you know, you can bring color into it sometimes. I don't think this was the time that color should have been brought into it. And I don't think you should just have somebody on the show if you just really hate them and don't want them there. Or, you know, I mean, I know it's Jada's show and technically Will Smith's show or whatever, but why have the mom fucking there? Was she there for when, you know, Will got to hear about, you know, how many times that Jada banged this other guy? Was she there? Was she all stink-faced and mad then? Like, you're not going to talk about this on TV. She's very picky about what she'll talk about. She needs to, you know, just, you know, take something for the cramps and stop it. Come on.